All right, let's think about your real estate business for a second. What if we treated it like a patient? Seriously, like a living, breathing person that needs a regular health checkup to make sure it's not just surviving but actually thriving. So, that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're putting your business on the examination table, running a complete diagnostic to check its vital signs, find its strengths, and then we're going to write a prescription for some serious growth.
Okay, so here's our game plan for today's checkup. We're going to cover 5 key areas. We'll start by checking your business vitals, then we'll look at what's fueling your growth engine. After that, it's all about the operational backbone. Then the agent's mindset and skills. And finally, we'll wrap it all up by writing your growth prescription. Let's get into it.
All right, Section 1, checking your business vitals. Just like when you go to the doctor, the first thing they do is check your vitals. It's no different for your business. We need to get super clear on the core numbers that tell the story of how you've been doing.
So let's start with the absolute basics, the pulse of your business, your total number of transactions. Think about it for a sec. How many times did you actually get a client to the closing table in the last year? This number isn't just about, being busy. It's the fundamental heartbeat of your operation.
Okay, next up, we've got your total sales volume. Now look, this is way more than just a number to brag about. It really tells a story about the kind of market you're in and the scale of your business. Are you all about volume, or are you focused on those high-end properties? This number, it shows your footprint.
And now for the big one. Honestly, this is probably the most critical vital sign of them all. Your gross commission income, your GCI. This is the financial lifeblood of your entire business. It's the money that fuels literally everything else, your marketing, your team, your tech, and of course, your own income. This is the number that really defines your financial health.
So now that we have the raw numbers, let's slice them up a bit. We need to look at your business composition. Are you a buyer's agent or a seller's agent? Are you pretty balanced? Now, there's no right or wrong answer here, but you got to know this split. Why? Well, running a business that's 80% buyers is a completely different world from one that's 80% listings. Listings, as you know, can give you so much more leverage and often spin off more leads. It's crucial to know where you stand.
Okay, vitals are checked. Now let's move on to Section 2, fueling your growth engine. Think of this as the circulatory system of your business. This is all about lead generation. It's what pumps new life and opportunity into everything you do. And if this part is weak, trust me, the whole business feels it.
So simple question, where do your leads actually come from? Is it all from your sphere, maybe referrals? Or do you have a few different things going on, like online leads and open houses? Here's the deal. Relying on just one source is like having all your money in one stock. It's risky. A healthy business has a few different channels consistently pumping in new opportunities.
Getting the lead, that's just the first step. It's step 1. The real magic, and frankly where most agents drop the ball, is in the follow-up and the conversion. You absolutely need a solid system to nurture these people over time, and you need to track what's working and what's not. Remember that old saying, the fortune is in the follow-up? It's a classic for a reason.
And that brings us to this, a really critical question. Do you track your lead conversion metrics? I mean, really track them? You can spend a ton of money on leads, but if you don't know your numbers, you're just flying blind. You're guessing. Do you know how many leads it takes to get one appointment? Or how many appointments to get to a closing? If you don't, you're playing a guessing game with your money and your time.
All right, let's move on. Section 3, the operational backbone. We've talked about money and leads, but now we got to check the structural integrity of your business. This is your skeleton, the systems, the tools, the support that holds everything together and lets you grow without falling apart. Okay, I want you to try a little exercise, a time audit. Just grab a piece of paper and make 2 columns. In the first column, write down everything you do in a typical week. And in the second, be brutally honest. What on that list could someone else do? The whole point of this is to free you up for the stuff that actually makes you money. Lead gen and appointments. Everything else, it's basically a cost.
At the very heart of this operational backbone is your CRM. And please, don't think of it as just some fancy address book. It's the central nervous system of your business. It's the brain that remembers every little detail, every conversation, every birthday, every kid's name, so you don't have to. This is what powers your relationship.
So, let's be real for a second. How consistently do you actually use your CRM? Is it a daily habit, something you do without even thinking, or is it something you only remember when a deal falls apart? Because here's the bottom line, and I really want you to hear this. The consistency of your CRM use is directly tied to the predictability of your income. It's that simple.
Moving right along to Section 4, the agent's mindset and skills. Look, your systems and leads, that's the car.
But the most important part of any race is the driver, and that's you. Your skills, your confidence, your mindset. That's the engine. And it doesn't matter how great the car is if the driver isn't at their best.
Ugh, I dread making my follow-up calls. Does that sound at all familiar? We all have parts of the job we just don't want to do. Call reluctance, feeling like an imposter. These aren't just bad feelings, you guys. They're signposts. They're pointing you towards something. Honestly, the thing you fear the most is almost always your biggest opportunity for growth.
But hey, it's not all about the struggles. On the flip side, we have to talk about where you feel confident. Where do you shine? Are you an amazing negotiator? A marketing genius? Do your clients just love how you communicate? Knowing your strengths is just as important because that's what you can build on. That's how you create a business that feels natural to you.
Okay, let's get focused. I want you to think about this. What is the one skill, just one, that if you got really good at it would make the biggest difference in your business right now? Is it prospecting, getting better at listing presentations? Whatever it is, getting laser focused on that one thing is incredibly powerful.
All right, we've come a long way. We've run the tests, checked the vitals, diagnosed the systems, and we've even checked in on the driver. So now it's time for Section 5, writing your growth prescription. This is the best part. This is where we take everything we've learned and turn it into a real, actionable plan for your future.
Every good plan needs a destination, right? Look at this. The gap between your current GCI and your goal GCI, that's not just a chart. That's your ambition visualized. Seeing it right there in front of you makes it real. It makes it tangible. It makes it something you can actually start chipping away at, starting today.
Now, a big goal like that can seem, well, kind of scary. The secret? You break it down. You turn it into a manageable, quarter-by-quarter plan. You don't just wake up and hit an income goal. Nope. You hit it by doing the small things, like dialing in your CRM in Q1, maybe hiring some help in Q2, launching that new marketing plan in Q3. This, right here, is how a dream turns into a project.
But let me be really clear about something. The best plan in the world is completely useless if you're not committed. This is the moment of truth. A doctor can write the prescription, but you're the one who has to decide to actually take the medicine. So, on a scale from 1 to 10, how committed are you? Really?
And to wrap up our little health checkup today, I want to leave you with this final and maybe most important question. What should you know about yourself to succeed? Because look, all the scripts, all the systems, all the strategies in the world, they won't work if they don't fit you. True success, the kind that lasts, doesn't come from trying to be someone you're not. It comes from building a business that's a perfect reflection of your own unique strengths. In the end, the real key to your business's health is you.